Good evening and thanks for joining us. It was a chance to celebrate another successful season as more than 20 teams from around the region called the Lloydminster exhibition home for the annual 4-H Expo. And as Bart Pediasic reports, it's a chance for 4-H members from around the region to showcase the hard work they have put in all year.
After some last-minute preparations, Nicola Crockett and her horse Blueberry are ready for their last ride of the day. The 14-year-old has been riding horses since she was 6, and being part of the 4-H over the last 5 years has strengthened her equestrian love.
You get a lot of experience from it. Your horse gets to come off the property a lot, and it's just good experience for both you and your horse, and you also get to learn a lot.
13-year-old Chloe Studer and her horse Boots have been part of 4-H for the last 3 years. She says this year both of them have learned a few tricks when it comes to competition.
Through this 4-H year, me and Boots have learned how to collect, how to use leg pressure, and we're working on how to control our lope.
Both girls are part of the 21 teams that made their way to the Lloyd X grounds for the annual Expo. The 250 4-H members got a chance to show off their projects they've worked on for many months, including calf and heifer shows, light and draft horses, and more.
I think for the girls and on the boys who are in the light horse 4-H, coming to Expo is the highlight of their 4-H year because they've worked really hard on their projects and they want to show off what they can do with their horses and how well they've trained them over the year.
As for Crockett, while this year's results aren't what she hoped for, she says it doesn't matter.
A lot of people think it's about the ribbons, but it's really not. It's really about having fun, getting the experience. I really enjoy it.
Bart Pediasic, Newcap News.
Alberta's Associate Minister of Services for Persons with Disabilities was in the border city on Friday. He met with residents and businesses to speak to them about the building rural capacity to learn what's working and what's not in terms of helping people with disabilities in the community.
Really listen to people. What are the needs of the community here? What's working really well? What are some of the things we need to improve on? What are some of the challenges? What are some of the opportunities?
Associate Minister Naresh Bhardwaj has been to 16 other rural communities from Camrose, Peace River to Edson, and he says he's impressed with the partnerships happening in Lloydminster between local businesses and people with disabilities.
B. Fisher, as an example, they're doing a phenomenal job in terms of really connecting with the businesses, connecting with the families, connecting with the individuals who really need the supports.
The Alberta government announced last week $2 million in funding to help Albertans with disabilities enter the workforce. Many Alberta residents will have something to look forward to as the province will be increasing the minimum wage this September. Minimum wage will be raised to $10.20 from $9.95 per hour. But CEO of Lloydminster Economic Development, Ward Reid, says Lloydminster won't really feel the change.
With the economy we have in Lloydminster and the lack of labour for jobs, there are not a lot of businesses, service, retail, or otherwise, that are actually paying even really close to minimum wage.
Reid says after speaking with a number of local businesses, minimum wage in the border city is as high as $11 to $16 per hour.
You're already looking at 20 to 50 or 60% above minimum wage.
Alberta is the last province to hit the $10 minimum wage barrier. The liquor server minimum wage will also rise to $9.20 from $9.05 per hour. The increase is effective September 1st.